Good morning, children. Welcome back to mathematics class. Hope you all are fine and safe and staying very well at your homes. So let us start today's class. This is class 10th, subject mathematics, chapter number 5, arithmetic progression, lecture number 3, and the content I am going to cover from NCERT. So children, in today's lecture, the topics which I am going to cover, they are: number 1, problems based on nth term of an AP will be continued. Concept of finding nth term from the end of an AP. And of course, the sums based on the above written concepts from exercise 5.2 will be taught. So children, as our first topic is the problems based on nth term of AP. So let us start taking the questions based on the same concept. So for that I am going to take question number 12 from exercise 5.2. Two APs have same common difference. Means D is same for two different APs. The difference between their 100th term is 100. So what will be the difference between their 1000th term? 1000th terms. Fine. So let us start. So as you will be having two different APs given, so let two APs be A1, A2, A3 up to AN, and the another AP is B1, B2, B3 up to BN. But what is given in the question that the common difference is same. So let D be the common difference of both the APs. Correct, student? So as I told you that these are the problems which are basically based on nth term of AP. So first of all, I am going to calculate the nth term of both the APs. So as the first AP starts from A1, A2, A3 and goes up to AN. So definitely AN will be known as the nth term of first AP and BN will be known as the nth term of second AP. Correct? So as we have to calculate the difference, so first of all, I am going to calculate the difference of both the APs nth term. The nth term of both the APs. Fine. So AN. Children, yesterday only I made you understand this concept. How do we write AN using generalized form? That is A plus N minus 1 into D. This is the formula to calculate the nth term of AP. But here instead of A, I have written A1 as A1 is the very first term of first AP. Correct? So this is minus sign. Now let us talk about the nth term of second AP whose first term is B1 and of course the common difference is D as it is given in the question only. That common difference of both the AP is same. Fine. So this will be B1 plus N minus 1 into D, of course. Fine. Now I am going to open the bracket. Children, when I am opening it, it will become A1 plus N minus 1 into D minus B1 minus N minus 1 into D. So this is plus N minus 1 into D. This is minus N minus 1 into D. Both are going to be cancelled. So ultimately after simplifying them, I have got A1 minus A2. Correct? Children, this is the symbol of for all. We call it in English as for all. For all the values of N where N belongs to the set of natural numbers. This is the symbol of belongs to. Fine. And this is the symbol of for all. Correct? So AN minus BN is equal to A1 minus B1 for all the values of N where N belongs to the set of natural numbers. Correct? Now as what we have to tell in the question and what has been given, the difference between their 100th term is 100. So can I change N by 100? Of course, it can be changed. So at place of N, I am writing 100. It would become A100 minus B100 is equal to A1 minus B1. Correct? And what is the difference given between the 100th term of both the APs? That has been given in the question, children. This is 100 given. So can I write A100 minus B100 which is equal to A1 minus B1 which is equal to 100. Correct? So through this you have come to know that the difference between the very first term of both the APs, because this is first term of first AP, this is first term of second AP, this is also 100. And the difference between the 100th term also of both the APs is also 100. Now let us change this n by 1000 because n belongs to the set of natural number. So any of the value you can insert over here at place of n. So a 1000 minus b 1000 will be again, that was a1 minus b1. And we know that a1 minus b1 is what? That is again 100. So it means we can say that the difference between the 1000th term of both the APs will also be 100. Correct, student? So hence the difference between their 100th term is also 100 for all n where n belongs to the set of natural numbers. Correct, student? Now children, I am going to take question number 13. It is covering the another type, or I should say the another problem which is based on nth term of an AP. What is the name of this problem? You will be having a situation given. You will have to form the AP based on that given situation, and after that you have to tell that how many values will be occurring in that series of list of numbers, I should say, in that AP, or you can call it in the list of numbers. How many terms are going to be occur? Fine. So let us discuss question number 13 based on the same type. How many 3-digit numbers are divisible by 7? So this is one of the situation given. Fine. First of all, we will have to form AP based on this given situation, as we have to deal with the 3-digit number. And what is the condition? That those 3-digit number must be divisible by 7. So let us start with the very first number. So the required AP will be, for example, if I start with 100 and 100, suppose if I start, because 100 is a 3-digit number. You are just going to divide it by 7. It will go on 7 ones. You will be getting 30. It will go on 4s, that is 28. So remainder is 2. Means 100 is not exactly divisible by 7. Now you will be checking on 101. That is also not divisible because remainder will be 3 in that case. Now in the same manner 102, 103 and 104 are also not exactly divisible by 7. So the very first number, which is a 3-digit number I have got, which is exactly divisible by 7, is 105. After that, children, you can take the gap of 7 to form AP. So it will be 105, 112, 119 and so on. As we have to reach to the last 3-digit number also. Fine. So the last 3-digit number is 999. But when you are going to divide it by 7, it will not be exactly divisible. So then you will be checking on 998, 997, 996, 995. So in each and every case you will be getting either one or the other value as remainder. But this 994 is exactly divisible by 7. So now on the basis of given situation I have formed AP. But what I have to calculate? I have to calculate what is n, because it is asked how many 3-digit numbers are there which is divisible by 7. How many means you have to calculate the number. Fine, you have to calculate the terms, basically the number of the terms. So here A is 105, common difference is 7. How to calculate common difference? Let us recall succeeding term minus preceding, that is A2 minus A1. You can take A3 minus A2 also. Then again you are going to get the same common difference because the list of number is forming AP. Correct? So D is equal to 112 minus 105 is equal to 7. Children, as you know that here the complete list of number is going to be finished with 994 because this is that number which is going to satisfy the given situation, that is it should be divisible by 7. This should be a 3-digit number as well as divisible by 7. So can I call it as the last term of this AP? Of course, because after that you are not going to get any of 3-digit number which will be exactly divisible by 7. So let this number will be considered as the nth term, to which we call the last term also. So let an is equal to 994. Children, you know very well what is the formula of an, that is the nth term of AP, that is a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to 994. You have a, that is 105. You have common difference, that is 7. So insert these values over here. 105 plus n minus 1 into 7 is equal to 994. This 105 will be going on right hand side. You will be getting minus 105. So 994 minus 105, you will be getting 889. Fine. Here 7 is multiplying with n minus 1. When it goes on right hand side, it will be divided. Now you cancel 889 by 7. You will be getting 127. So what is n? This minus 1 will go on another side. It will be 128. So hence there will be how many 3-digit number which are exactly divisible by 7? They are basically 128 numbers. Correct? So hence there are 128 numbers, or you can say even 128 terms in the given AP, which are going to be satisfied which condition? That it should be a 3-digit number which are divisible by 7. Correct, students? Okay. Now let us switch to the next problem. This is question number 16. Again based on nth term of AP only. Determine AP. You will have to form AP whose third term is 16 and seventh term exceed. Exceed means more, zyada hai. The fifth term by 12. So seventh term is more by 12 than the fifth term of AP. Correct? So this is the statement. So let us start the question solution. Solution number 16. Let A be the first term and of course D be the common difference. Because children, here you neither know A nor D. As you have to determine AP, you have to construct AP. So definitely you will be knowing A and D for that. So let us switch to the question. What does the question says? Third term of the AP is 16. So you know how do I write? A3 will be written. This is the third term of AP. How do we write the third term? That is A3. And how do I write it in the form of generalized? That is A plus 2D is equal to 16. So let it be equation number 1. Now according to question, seventh term exceed means this is more than fifth term, that is A5. By how much it is more? This is more by 12. So definitely 12 will be added in A5 so that both the values, both the expressions will become equal. Correct? Now, how do I write A7? That is A plus 6D is equal to A5, A plus 4D. Fine. And plus 12. A and A both are going to be cancelled. So 6D minus 4D will become 2D is equal to 12. So what is the value of D? D is equal to 6. Fine. Now I am going to substitute the value of D in equation number 1 so that I can calculate the value of A. Equation number 1 is A plus 2D is equal to 16. So at place of D I have put here 6. It would become A plus 12 is equal to 16. So that is A is equal to 16 minus 12 means 4. So as we were going to form AP, and children, you know very well that the generalized form of AP is A. This is the very first term, then A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D and so on. So what is A? We have just calculated. This is the very first term, that is 4. How to calculate A plus D? 4 plus 6, that is 10. How to calculate A plus 2D? A means 4 plus 2 into what is D? That is 6. Apply board mass. It will be 4 plus 12, that is 16. In the same manner, A plus 3D, that is 4 plus 3 into 6. So you will be getting 22 after simplifying them. Correct, students? Now children, let us switch to the next concept. Concept of finding nth term from the last or from the end of an AP. Fine. So for that I am going to take question number 17 so that the concept will be better clear in your mind. Find the 20th term from the last term of the AP. AP you will be having, that is 3, 8, 13 and goes up to 253. Correct, students? So children, as in this question we will have to calculate, we will have to find the 20th term from the last. Whenever such type of question comes, then what you have to do, you will have to just write the given AP in the reverse order. Because we will have to calculate the 20th term from the last. So what we are going to write, whatever will be the last term, that will become the first term, and whatever is given as the first term will be considered as the last term. because we have been given that we will have to calculate the 20th term from the last term of AP. So what I am going to do, I am just going to write the given AP in the reverse order for my convenience. Okay. So now the required AP will be 253 and so on, 13, then 8, and of course the last term will become 3. Correct? So now what is A? A is 253. What is the common difference? You know children very well, that is succeeding minus preceding. So it will be 3 minus 8, that is minus 5. Correct? Now as we will have to calculate the 20th term from the last, so the procedure will remain same. Only you will have to change this list of numbers. Suppose if it is given in the ascending order, so you have to convert it into descending order. Fine. If it is given in descending order, you will have to write it in ascending order. Fine. So A 20th, you have to calculate, means the 20th term, that is A 20, which is equal to A plus 19D. Now what is A? That is 253 plus 19 into, what is D? D is minus 5. Fine. So it will become 253 minus 95, which is equal to 158. So this 158 is basically the 20th term from the last of the given AP. Fine children. Suppose if it is not given from the last, then definitely we will have to deal with the same AP. In that case, A will be 3. And what will be D? D will be 8 minus 3. That will give you plus 5. Fine. But because here we have changed the given AP, we have started it writing from the last. So definitely the order is going to be changed. Here the given AP was in ascending order, but now we have converted it into descending order as per the demand of the question. Correct, student? Now let us switch to the next question. This is question number 19. Subba Rao started work in 1995 at an annual salary of rupees 5,000. The person was getting 5,000 as the annual salary. Starting from which year? This is 1995. And received an increment of rupees 200 each year. Every year the person was going to get the increment of 200. In which year did his salary or his income reach rupees 7,000? This we will have to calculate. So through the question you may have come to know basically what we have to calculate. Yes, we will have to calculate N. Fine children. So let us form the AP based on the given situation. How the AP be formed? The person was getting rupees 5,000 in the year 1995. Fine. Then he was going to get the increment of 200 rupees. So initially the salary was 5,000. Then it became 5,200. Then 5,400 and so on. Correct. So here what is A? The very first term will be 5,000. And of course what will be the common difference? That increment will be the common difference. That is 5,200 minus 5,000 means 200. Correct. Now children, see what you have to do basically. You have to tell in which year the person was going to get the salary as 7,000. So this one will be considered as the last term of the AP. Fine, because after that it is not demanded. Like suppose definitely in the succeeding years he may get 8,000 also, he may get 9,000 also. Means the increment will be there of course of rupees 200 in each year. But it is said in the question that you have to tell that particular year in which the person was going to get the salary as 7,000. So let this will be considered as the nth term because we are not going to deal afterward. After that we are not going to deal, right? So let the nth term of this AP, that is AN is equal to 7,000. You know the formula of AN, that is A plus N minus 1 into D is equal to 7,000. So put the value of A, that is 5,000 plus N minus 1 and the common difference is 200 is equal to 7,000. So it will be N minus 1 into 200 is equal to 7,000. It will go on right hand side minus 5,000. So this is N minus 1 is equal to 2,000 upon 200. So children, after cancelling you have got N minus 1 is equal to 10. So what is N? N is equal to 10 plus 1 because this minus will also go on right hand side. Minus 1, right? So it will be 10 plus 1, that is 11. So thus in 11th year of his service, or I should say in 2005, Subba Rao received an annual income of rupees 7,000. Fine, students. Children, one more concept I want to tell you in it. See, do not add this 11 year in 1995. In 1995, so he was getting the initial salary, that was 5,000. But increment was started from the next year, that was started from 1996. Correct, student? So that's why in 2005, the person was going to get the salary as 7,000. Just understand once. In 1996, he was going to get 5,200 after the increment of 200. Correct? In 1997, then 5,400. In 1998, 5,600. Then in 1999, he was going to get 5,800. And in 2000 year, he was going to get 6,000. Fine. Now, definitely we will have to calculate for 7,000. So, 5 more years will be counted. Fine. Because in every year, the increment is there of rupees 200. So, definitely in 2005, it will be rupees 7,000. Correct, students? Now, children, that's it for the day. Please note down your mathematics homework. Do questions 4, G part, I part, J part and K part of exercise 5.1. These very parts were left. Fine. From exercise 5.1. And question number 11, 14, 15, 18 and 20th of exercise 5.2 in homework notebook along with classwork questions. Fine, students? Children, just keep one thing in your mind, that the complete exercise is based on only and only one concept, that is nth term of AP. Fine? Either in the question n is demanded, or nth term, that is an is demanded, or the very first term a is demanded, or you have to determine AP. So all the questions are basically based on one concept only. Fine? I have covered approximately 14 to 15 sums. You will have to do just rest 4 or 5 questions yourself. Fine, students? Now let us switch to homework question solution discussion. So this is question number 9 of the same exercise, that is 5.2. If third and ninth term of an AP are 4 and minus 8, then which term through which term you have come to know, that what we have to calculate? Correct. We will have to calculate n of this AP is 0. So let us start. Because we don't know, we will not be having AP given. So definitely we will have to assume first term and the common difference. So let A be the first term and D be the common difference. Now according to question, third term means A3 will be written like A plus 2D. This is equal to what? 4. Now ninth term, that is A9, will be written A plus 8D is equal to minus 8. So children, you have got a pair of linear equation in 2 variables, that is A and D. So solve them. I am going to apply elimination method. So after subtracting equation number 2 from equation number 1, this A and A are going to be cancelled. I have got minus 6D is equal to 12. So D is equal to minus 2. Fine. Put the value of D in equation 1. You can put in either of the two equations. So I am going to put it in equation number 1. It will be A plus 2D. At place of D I am writing minus 2. So it will be A plus 2 into minus 2 is equal to 4. A minus 4 is equal to 4. A is equal to 8. Correct, student? Now you know A, you know D. You will have to just calculate what? You will have to calculate N. But what else is given in the question? Which term means N? You have to tell N. Of this AP is 0. It means you know what is 0? Yes, let the nth term be 0. Every time you will have to consider the nth term. Fine. So let the nth term of this AP, that is AN, is equal to 0. Whenever it is said that you have to just tell whether minus 150 belongs to the same AP or not. So you have to just consider let nth term be minus 150. And the same question I have explained you earlier also. Fine. So here as you have to tell which term of AP is 0. So I have considered let nth term of AP is 0. So that will be AN is equal to 0. That is A plus N minus 1 into D is equal to 0. Now put the value of A as well as D. That is 8 plus N minus 1 into minus 2 is equal to 0. This is N minus 1 into minus 2 is equal to this plus 8 will go on right hand side will become minus 8. Correct, students? So this is n minus 1 is equal to minus 8 upon minus 2. Why upon minus 2? Because minus 2 is multiplying here. So it will be divided on right hand side. Minus and minus are going to be cancelled. So I have got n minus 1 is equal to 4. So what is n? That is 5. 4 plus 1 will give you 5. Hence, the fifth term of this AP is 0. Because what was said in the question that which term of the AP is 0? So definitely the fifth term will be 0 because that was considered as the nth term and I just put nth term equal to 0. Correct, student? So that's it for the day. Thank you and have a nice day.